The tender love of education in SDO Isabela. Technology and livelihood education.
Technology and livelihood education.
TLE, your choice,
Your choice,
your skill.
your skill. Magandang araw!
Ito ang EPP, Edukasyong Pantahanan at Pangkabuhayan.
Handa na ba kayo?
Maging responsable sa paggamit ng ICT.
Be a successful entrepreneur.
Paunlarin ang kabuhayan.
Pagpaparami ng mga alagang hayop.
And that's our lesson for today.
The tender love of education in SDO Isabela.
EPP TLE. Your choice, your skill.
Wake up, sunshine! It's the start of a whole new day. The sun is shining and the birds are singing, and it's a wonderful day to learn again. Good day, my dear young entrepreneurs. I'm Rhea Jane Valle Bernardo, your teacher on air, and you are listening to School on Air of TLE. Your choice, your skill. Previously on Entrepreneurship Grade 10, we talk about applying the marketing strategies and sales management based on the marketing plan component of the business plan, wherein you develop the ability to select and offer the right products or services to your customers in a competitive market. Before we start our lesson, let's check what you know about our new lesson.
Yay!
We will play fact or bluff. Just say fact if the statement is correct and bluff if it is incorrect. Ready?
I'm ready!
Number 1. Asset refers to the things of value owned by a business. Fact or bluff? Good one. It is a fact. Number 2. Sales is the amount of merchandise sold and valued at selling price. Fact or bluff? Nice! It is a fact. Number 3. Expenses refers to the amount to be collected or received from a debtor in the future or later. Fact or bluff? You got it! It is bluff. Number 4. Fixed assets consist of cash and the other assets that in the normal operation are expected to be converted into cash. Fact or bluff? The answer is bluff. And number 5. Expenses items are the expense balance computed from the analysis of cash payments and comparative balance sheet data. What's the answer? Wow! The answer is fact. Now that you are warmed up, I believe you are now ready for the next lesson. This is our episode 4 in Entrepreneurship for Grade 10. Today, our discussion is about financial records and financial reports. Ready your pen and paper, for we are about to start. Today we are going to learn to love spreadsheets because basic accounting can make or break a business if we lose track of expenses or overestimate a revenue stream. We might end up questioning where all the money has gone.
Oh no!
The key is using organized systems and knowing the right vocabulary.
All right.
And by the end of this episode, we will be bookkeeping pros. Every entrepreneur is seriously thinking about how I am going to take in money. Then, of course, you're going to put all the revenue like in a business bank account. This is all about organization. Talking about organization, let's identify the difference of accounting and bookkeeping. Accounting is the language of business. It is the art of recording, classifying, summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, while bookkeeping is the act of recording business and events in systematic and chronological manner. The reason why we record is because we want to be able to tell immediately the financial health of our business. If calculating profit becomes a guess and check walkthrough of every purchase you've made this year, that simple revenue minus expenses equation is suddenly much more complicated. After getting the money from customers and storing it safely, we want to keep track of how much we have and how much we've spent in some idea of how well we're doing would be nice. There are 3 essential reports to measure our business financial success. First report on the list is income statement, sometimes called a profit and loss statement. It is a report that shows how much money we've spent and how much we've made during some period, usually a month or a year. Basically, it tracks the total revenue, total cost of goods sold, the total expenses, and comes up with our net income at the bottom, which is total revenue minus cost of goods sold minus selling general and administrative expenses minus all or other expenses like depreciation of equipment or taxes. It is important to write down every revenue stream and every expenses so we're getting a complete picture of what our net income is. The second report is a balance sheet. This is a snapshot of our business financial health at any point in time. So on the income statement, we look at just April or just 2021. But here, at balance sheet, we're looking at all our money for all time, and there are 3 sections the balance sheet will show. These are number 1, assets, not just our cash but anything we could convert into cash within 1 year like property, equipment, investments, or intellectual property. Assets are broken up into 2 categories. The current assets are anything we could convert into cash within 1 year like cash or inventory. Fixed assets are purchased for our long-term use, so we probably can't convert them quickly into cash, like land or buildings. The second one is liabilities. It is all our financial obligations and debts, like loans, mortgages, revenue we're waiting on, and expenses. Like with assets, liabilities are broken up into two categories. The current liabilities, which are debts that must be satisfied within 1 year from the balance sheet date. Long-term liabilities are the debts that aren't due within 1 year of the date of the balance sheet, like mortgages. The third one is equity, or the amount of money that would be returned to our stakeholders, to our shareholders, if all our assets were turned into cash and all our debt was paid off. These three things balance, hence the name balance sheet. Equity is just assets less liabilities, which we rearrange to make the business equation assets equals equity plus liabilities. Finally, the third statement we should be familiar with is a cash flow statement, which tells us how much money has moved in and out of our business in a specific period, again, like a month or a year. Here are the three sections of cash flow statement. Number 1. Operations cash flow shows how much cash was spent or earned from running the business. This includes revenue, expenses, and taxes. Number 2. It is the investment cash flow, which shows how much our business sold or spent on property, plant, and equipment. This is stuff like selling old equipment or purchasing a new building. Number 3 is the financial cash flow. This shows the amount of money our business got in loans or paid in dividends to shareholders. Now, we can remember these three sections with an acronym of OIF. All three are added up to show the net cash flow for our business. This time, let's look at an example of dual aspect convention. This is in fact the very heart of a bookkeeping system. So, better listen and take notes. Bert brings kilo of chicken to the market, and in exchange, he buys t-shirt from Rene. Each party in the transaction received a certain economic value and gave an identical value. Breaking it further, imagine the two columns this time. On the left column, we place Bert, who received goods, which is the t-shirt, and gave money. On the right column, Rene received money and gave goods, which is the t-shirt. Again, this is an example of dual aspect convention, where the language of bookkeeping tends to record a single transaction in dual manner. 1. What the person received, and the second, what the same person gave. Take note of the debit and credit rule. Debit is on the left side of an account journal, and credit is the right side of an account journal. Now, I will be giving you an activity on debit and credit. Kindly grab your pen and paper. We will see if you can properly enter on your journal entry. Let's begin. Statement number 1. We bought goods from RBI Grocery for an overall sum of 1,000 pesos. I repeat, statement number 1. We bought goods from RBI Grocery for an overall sum of 1,000 pesos. Statement number 2. We sold part of the goods for 600 pesos cash. I repeat, statement number 2. We sold part of the goods for 600 pesos cash. Statement number 3. We paid 200 pesos cash for electricity expenses. I repeat, statement number 3. We paid 200 pesos cash for electricity expenses. Statement number 4. We bought a stone from Rene for 20,000 pesos. I repeat, statement number 4. We bought a stone from Rene for 20,000 pesos. And statement number 5. We rented the store out for 700 pesos cash. I repeat, statement number 5. We rented the store out for 700 pesos cash. Alright, let's now check your journal entries. Statement 1. Debit. Good accounts amounting to 1,000 pesos and credit. RBI grocery account amounting to 1,000 pesos. Statement number 2. Debit. Cash account amounting to 600 pesos and credit. Goods account amounting to 600 pesos. Statement number 3. Debit. Electricity expenses amounting to 200 pesos and credit. Cash amounting to 200 pesos. Statement number 4. Debit. Stone account amounting to 20,000 pesos and credit. Rene account amounting to 20,000 pesos. And finally, statement number 5. Debit cash amounting to 700 pesos and credit income from rental amounting to 700 pesos. So, how many accounts did you got it right? Good job! Now is the moment of truth. We will find out if you're ready to start with your small business. Let's have a quiz. Ready those pen and paper, for we are about to start. For instructions, listen carefully. This is a 5-item quiz and the type of quiz is multiple choice. Are you ready?
I'm ready!
Great! Number 1. Which of the following is known as the language of business? Letter A, accounting. Letter B, bookkeeping. Letter C, transaction. Number 2. Which of the following refers to recording business and event in a systematic and chronological manner? Letter A, bookkeeping. Letter B, accounting. And letter C, transaction. Number 3. Which of the following is written on the left side of an account journal? Letter A, debit. Letter B, credit. And letter C, profit. Number 4. Which of the following refers to the financial position of the business that shows the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity? Letter A, financial statement. Letter B, balance sheet. And letter C, income statement. Number 5. Which of the following is a report that summarizes the revenue items, expenses, and profit or loss for the period? Letter A, expenses. Letter B, depreciation. And letter C, income statement. There you have it! A quick quiz to test if you're ready for small business to start out. I will give you 2 minutes to finish your quiz.
Tayo ay mag-aral sa loob ng ating tahanan. Sa radyo ay mag-tune lang, tiyak ika'y may matututunan. Pagkat sa gitna ng pandemya, tayo pa rin ay magkaisa upang masigurong bawat bata ay pumapasa. Halina't matuto gamit ang ating radyo, pakinggan at unawain, aralin na ituturo. Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon. Sa daan ng pagkatuto ay walang maiiwan. Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela. Pagkat kayo'y kinabukasan, ang pag-asa ng ating bayan. Isa pusong pagkatuto nang matupad ang pangarap mo. Pagkat sa gitna ng pandemya, tayo pa rin ay magkaisa upang masigurong bawat bata ay bumabasa. Halina't matuto gamit ang ating radyo, pakinggan at unawain, aralin na ituturo. Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon. Sa
Now, let's check the number of correct items. Are you ready? Great! Number 1. Which of the following is known as the language of business? The answer is letter A, accounting. Number 2. Which of the following refers to recording business and events in a systematic and chronological manner? The answer is letter A, bookkeeping. Number 3. Which of the following is written on the left side of an account journal? The answer is letter A, debit. Number 4. Which of the following refers to the financial position of the business that shows the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity? The answer is B, balance sheet. And number 5. Which of the following is a report that summarizes the revenue items, expenses, and profit or loss for the period? The answer is letter C, income statement. Alright! Count the number of your correct items. Write it on the upper right corner of your paper. Good job, everyone! Now, let me check who got score of 4 and above. Awesome! Keep it up! Now, if you got 3 and below, don't cry. You go back to where you got incorrect scores and review them. I believe you will do better next episode. Bookkeeping can be fun or at the very least understandable. Set up systems to manage revenue and invest software or people to keep your business organized and profitable. I hope you apply what you've learned today in your small business. Next time, we'll keep talking about assessing business operations. Just a gentle reminder, do an advanced reading on the topic. On behalf of the RBI production team and SDO Isabela, who once again, I am Rhea Jane Valle Bernardo, your teacher on air. And remember to pray and be happy. God bless us always. Goodbye!
I still feel sleepy.
Haven't you had enough sleep last night?
Yes, I didn't. I slept at around 11 o'clock last night and woke up at 5 in the morning.
But why? Don't you know that we, young ones, need 8 to 10 hours of sleep?
Is that so?
Yes, enough sleep will make us awake, alert, alive, and enthusiastic for the day. It will also make us healthier.
Thank you for telling me.
A reminder from the Department of Education, Department of Health, and this station.
Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon.
Sa daan ng pagkatuto ay walang may iwan.
Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela.